today is the day we're stacking up the Z06 against Ford's Shelby GT500 carbon fiber track pack. We're going to see how they compare on the racetrack, that being Button Willow Raceway. Now, the following laps you're about to see are from my last track day with the Z06, and we're going to put it side by side against the GT500. The track pack I drove on that track was actually not my own. I owned a Ford Performance Blue with white painted stripes. This was my buddy's car, and he gave me the opportunity to take it out, put some laps down for fun. And this gives you a real good, real-world comparison of how both cars stack up. They're both made to be the ultimate track versions from Ford for the Mustang, and then this is the ultimate Corvette track car. In total, there is a big horsepower difference. Featuring an all-natural aspirated V8, we do have 90 less horsepower with the Corvette. The question is, would you rather have 760 horsepower or 670? Ideally, the more the better. I have no problem with turbocharged vehicles, even supercharged vehicles. Any way you can charge them up is good. You do miss the amazing cooling that you get out of a natural aspirated vehicle. So with the extra power, you're obviously going to get more heat. This car can lap non-stop and hold lower temperatures, though with the GT500, owning that car, going to tons of track days, I had no issues. I can go to Laguna Seca. Well, I got kicked off Laguna Seca. It's too loud. Let's not talk about that. I went on Button Willow with my car, and I went on Willow Springs, over 100 degrees outside. I had no heat soak issues with my GT500, though there's no way of telling if it made max power all the time. I didn't notice any deficiencies. I don't think the Corvette will have as much of a drop-off in the higher temperatures. In terms of breaking down the handling, when it comes to a hot lap, getting inside the GT500, you have again a lot of front end grip. The brake bite is extremely powerful. It's very linear. You don't feel any hard stops where your foot's going to the floor and nothing's happening. Getting on power, the tail end is not as heavy, meaning that it can be more lively. The tail can kick out more. When it does kick out, it's a gradual experience where it doesn't have a lot of polar movement, where it sways fast, like a pendulum effect. The Corvette, when the tail kicks out, it will slide faster in the rear end. Both cars have amazing power to put down, and on the straightaway it looked like these two cars were basically neck and neck, hitting over 130 miles an hour. Braking performance, like I mentioned, for having the iron racing brakes, It slowed down just as good, it looked like, as the carbons in the Z06. With the Mustang, you kind of wrestle it more because inherently the chassis is a Mustang. It's designed to do everything. The Corvette is also designed to do basically everything, but it is more focused, being a proper mid-engine sports car that can handle tasks that you throw at it. Therefore, when you get inside the Corvette, the cockpit and the entire experience is more inviting to that racing style driving. Both cars have very linear power bands, and I would say they are as linear as each other. The good thing about the Corvette is that it revs all the way past 8,000, and the Mustang, yeah, it doesn't go that high, it goes to 7,500. At the same time, it makes so much power throughout its shorter RPM band that it's honestly not that much of a big deal. I prefer the high revving NA, yeah, I think most people would for a hot lap or a exotic type vehicle. The supercharged 5.2 is still a great engine. You can't really fault it. It's all aluminum too. Both dual clutches shift exactly as fast as each other. It felt like one didn't seem better than the other. I prefer the seating position again in the Corvette over the GT500 because in the Mustang, you do kind of sit high up and the hood is raised really high. It takes a second to get accustomed to it. You do feel like the Mustang is a bit more floaty with the weight, and you can't toss it as well in some of the high maneuver sections on this type of a racetrack. Let me state the obvious. These laps are with me driving. This was with my friend's car and then my own car. The conditions aren't the same as a magazine hot lap test where a car is presented to them, where they have brand new fresh tires on both vehicles, brand new brakes, everything is perfectly set up. No. These are vehicles that people own and they got to get home at the end of the day. This is how fast I could get with holding my own safety margin on track and not hopping curbs in both cars. This is a reasonable example of a normal track day speed, and I would say I was driving both cars roughly 8 tenths. There might be 1 or 2 more tenths in the car, but not that much more. With a little bit less effort, I was over 3 seconds faster in the Corvette. I think that is a great representation of how both cars stack up. There is one little gray area that you have to consider when it comes to lap times with the Corvette. You do have Cup 2Rs, which are stickier or more sticky tires than the Cup 2s on the Shelby. Therefore, on the same rubber, I would say the lap times would probably be 2.5 seconds off. I think the Cup 2Rs might give you an extra second, if not 2, on the racetrack, because they do cost more money and they are more focused than a Cup 2 street track tire. In terms of downforce, the Corvette definitely has more downforce. It feels more sure-footed, and I think I can exploit that even further during more track days. In summary, I think the Mustang is a great car. They both have weaknesses. I will state the obvious. The Corvette costs more money. Yes, the brakes cost way more money. I don't want to ever go through a set of carbons because paying the price of a brand new Mustang in terms of new brakes is not feasible for a regular guy like me. Mustang has affordable brakes, which you can run non-stop, but the tires go by fast. And you go through a gas tank basically every session on track. If you track for about 25 minutes on track, I would say you'd go from full to close to empty, or maybe a quarter tank left. With the Corvette, you can get, I would say, 2 track sessions out of a full tank, if not maybe 3 sessions. So the Corvette is significantly better on the fuel economy during a track day session. Totally different style cars. They both are fantastic, and I think the potential is sky high. Can't go wrong with either one. I would prefer the Corvette, but it's really all up to you. Is it worth spending more money to be a couple seconds faster? Do you enjoy a supercharged experience with a loud cross-plane crank V8? Do you want an NA high-revving vehicle that will run cooler temps? Let me know down below. Both have their own attributes that go for them, and I would love to hear more thoughts from all of you. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. It really does help me out, and subscribe for much more great content coming out your way. I'll see all of you in the next episode.